So it looks like Lisa Rinna might be imploding. Is she saying that Andy is lying? Because she's saying there was a lot more to those receipts that she brought to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. And now there's another report, that Lisa Rinna is not returning for another season of the reality show. And I feel like, Garcelle, would you just leave us alone, Lisa Rinna and Diana Jenkins? Because Diana Jenkins says that we're one step closer to finding out who was behind the bots that attacked Garcelle's son, Jax. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So, you already know how I feel about Beverly Hills. I want to put them all on pause, at least until we get the season going for season 13. So there's been a lot of speculation as to who's returning. I'm sure you're tired. You want to wait till you hear officially from Bravo who Lisa Rinna is not coming back. Well, now there's a new report. There's another report that Lisa Rinna is not returning. And this is what our friends from A Reality Blurb are reporting. And this was yesterday. We were just talking about her quitting Twitter. As you know, she quit Twitter. And it might be because of the Elon Musk of it all. But, causing people to be, pay every single month for their verification. Who knows? Who knows? But she confirmed that she is taking a break from Twitter. She decided on her own. She was not banned. Even though we wish she would take a pause from Instagram. At least I would. Okay? We'll get to that in a second. So this is what Reality Blurb is reporting in regards to Lisa Rinna and her possibly not returning for another season. So they say, could fans have seen the last of Lisa Rinna on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? According to a just-released magazine report, which comes just weeks after Lisa Rinna was booed at BravoCon and features the title Lisa Rinna Fired by Bravo. Both fans and execs alike are, quote, are clamoring for the Housewives' departure after season 12. Quote, nobody would be sorry to see Lisa go. A friend told Star Magazine she's obviously imploding and could use some time off. In recent weeks, Lisa has faced tons of backlash from fans who had grown outraged at not only her antics against Kathy Hilton, which include claims of threatening her sister Kyle Richards and her family, but also her behavior on social media. Even Andy Cohen called her out for her ongoing messiness on Instagram, shading her as a double disaster. Look, I don't know what exactly is happening when it comes to Lisa Rinna returning to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but I told you, based off her recent social media behavior, posting that old picture allegedly, she denies it, of her holding a gun and then asking where is Patrick S. I feel like she has nothing to lose at this point. I don't believe that she's returning just based off of all of this. She's become a liability. Not her becoming a liability, for Bravo and for Evolution and for the network overall. Well, you also may recall Lisa Rinna's receipts. Everyone was waiting for the manila folder that she brought out at the top of the reunion. And Andy Cohen went on Radio Andy and said it was nothing. It was only about, the Elton John situation. Well, according to Lisa Rinna, Andy's lying. Wouldn't be the first time, but it wouldn't be the first time for Lisa Rinna either. Lisa is saying that no, there were 2 envelopes. One had those Elton John situation, and the other had to do with the Kathy Hilton of it all.
I had 2 envelopes, and one had receipts from 2 text chains. One I was texting with Erica because she asked me where I was and what had happened to me. And Kyle was there with her, so she knew exactly what was happening at the house and what had just gone down. And then the other was a text chain with my assistant and one of my best friends. They were asleep, so I couldn't reach them, so I was telling them exactly what had just happened in that house. I believe it's 8 pages long once I printed it out, and trying to figure out what the fuck to do. There you have it. 2 envelopes, not 1, 2. Just keeping it real.
Well, we would like you to not keep it real anymore because your real seems to be very fake. Look, even if you brought that out, it would not prove much of anything. Video, audio, you have a phone. Obviously, you're texting someone. And I've said this before. You know, you have your Team Kathy folks and you have your Team Lisa Rinna folks. I don't subscribe to either one. I do believe that Kathy has the potential to do all of the things. We talked about this. However, it's the credibility of people like Erica and Lisa Rinna that we're like, sidebar. Some of you tagged me. Remember when Kathy went to Kyle's house to apologize to her and Lisa Rinna ends up coming a little bit later. And before Lisa Rinna arrives, Kathy literally says to Kyle, you know, I've spoken to all the girls. She said, I haven't spoken to Erica because I didn't speak to Erica.
I mean, I have not talked to Erica because I never spoke to her.
And the reason why I bring this up, because when you remember the final part of the reunion, Erica says that Kathy Hilton came up to her and used a homophobic slur. So if Kathy didn't feel the need to apologize to Erica, I know we're grasping at straws now, but it kind of made me go, wait a minute. So she didn't speak to you, or maybe she meant I didn't say something derogatory about her. Who knows? Y'all know how much invested I am not. But back to this whole Lisa Rinna situation. So Lisa says that there were 2 envelopes and one of them were 8 pages long of text messages. Again, why wouldn't you get audio? Why wouldn't you get video? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I do believe there probably was an implosion. There probably was an issue. But I'm based off of the report that we did yesterday from the Bitch Says podcast, where the Vanity Fair writer says, according to someone at the club, you were the worst of them all, refusing to check your coat and being rude. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I know some of you like, well, Kathy's paid them all off. Very possible. Anything's possible in this world of Beverly Hills and Hollywood and entertainment. Speaking of Hollywood and entertainment, leave us alone, Diana Jenkins. You're done. You're one and done. We don't want to see you anymore. I don't know about you guys. Thinking about Garcelle's reaction to Diana Jenkins from the reunion, I heard the tiredness in her voice. I heard, leave me alone. As you know, Garcelle we found out during BravoCon that she launched her own investigation into the person behind the bots that attacked her son with the racist and derogatory tweets, comments to Jax. We're still waiting on the results of that investigation. Well, according to Diana Jenkins, very conveniently, Radar Online has the exclusive results of her investigation. It's still ongoing, but this is, I said I'm talking about Beverly Hills. Let's put it all in one video because I'm not doing a separate one. Because it's just, I can see through the BS. So according to Radar Online, they said, Diana Jenkins has identified a person who may be responsible for cyberbullying Garcelle Beauvais' 14-year-old son, Jax. Okay. Earlier today, that was yesterday, a source close to the Bosnian-born entrepreneur told RadarOnline.com that after reviewing data obtained under a subpoena from Meta, Jenkins' attorneys are zeroing in on a Northern California resident whose IP address and phone number were linked to an Instagram account, Queen of T _, which sent racially offensive message to Jax in August. I won't reiterate what the message said, like they do in this article. I get it. They have to give the full story. All right. So some of the records obtained from Meta were connected to overseas IP addresses, a sign that whoever sent them took steps to mask their identity. But the Queen of T account was linked to an IP address and telephone number in California. According to a source, they said Diana is absolutely thrilled by the news. She cannot wait to get concrete proof so that the person behind the attack can be identified publicly and held accountable for their despicable conduct. At this point, leave us all alone, Diana Jenkins. Okay, just leave us all alone. I'm waiting for for Garcelle to complete her investigation. Bravo, people are asking why you didn't complete investigation. Maybe you did, but it was not revealed the same way it was revealed that you investigated Erica Jane's comments. Guys, as always, I want to know your reaction to the possibility of Lisa Rinna not returning to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and your reaction to her 8 pages of receipts that were not featured, and she's basically calling Andy Cohen a liar. And do you believe the results of Diana Jenkins' investigation? Okay. Guys, as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.